What's up guys, Romsey here back for another Red Shadow Legends video, and today we're talking about the best champion in the game, aka Marius. So in this video I'll be showing you how to build him. I do believe he's literally the best champion in the game right now. As a reminder, you get him by finishing your missions. It takes a long time. A lot of the missions related to the Iron Twins take a very long time. Some of those missions takes a week to 2 weeks based on your RNG. So it takes a while, but once you have him, he is a game changer. So let's go over his kit real quick, and then I'll show you how to build him and where I use him. So on his A1, he has an AoE attack and once fully booked, 50% chance of placing the Enfeeble debuff. As a reminder, Enfeeble, then the enemy will do weak hits. So you can click on here, do more info, go all the way down to wherever the Enfeeble debuff is. If I can find him right here, champions under an Enfeeble debuff can only land weak hits unless stated otherwise in a skill description. So that's amazing because anytime he's going to attack or counter attack in arena, for example, that will be a great debuff to place on the damage dealer that's in front of you, especially that his passive says right here that this champion is immune to turn meter reduction effect from enemies and decreased speed debuff. Whenever an enemy changes form or attempt to decrease this champion's turn meter, counterattack using this champion's default skill. So anytime an enemy is going to try to decrease your turn meter, or when you have a mythical champion changing form, he's going to be using his A1, do some damage, but also has 50% chance of placing that Enfeeble debuff. So that's obviously amazing for arena. Moving on to PvE as well. I mean, that's also really good. The rest of the kit is also really good in arena, but he's such a good champion because you can literally use him in every content of the game, and that's why he's so good. On his A2, attack all enemies 3 times. Each hit decrease the duration of all enemy buff by 1 turn, which means after you attack 3 times, you would basically have stripped all the buff from the enemies, but also the damage is based on defense and enemy max HP, which is obviously great for Chimera, Hydra, any type of boss that have high HP. I will be showing him in my teams, and he does crazy damage. On his A3, he's going to place an increased accuracy and an increased defense on allies for 3 turns, then place a stun debuff on the enemy with the highest turn meter for 1 turn, and get himself an extra turn. Again, really amazing. We can control, give ourselves that increased defense and increased accuracy, which help us do more damage on the other 2 attacks, but also have more accuracy to place the debuff, the Enfeeble debuff, but also to reduce the duration of all buffs. So amazing champion. So just to show you where I use him, obviously use him in any type of arena. I have one team here and my second team's right here. Whether it's attack or defense, he's going to be great in every scenario for you, just doing a ton of damage. Obviously, live arena is now most likely the #1 champion you will pick before Armens, even sometimes. Same in 3 versus 3 arena. Any type of dungeon, you can use him everywhere. I currently use him in this team. I just want to show you a run real quick. I do have a 3% chance of getting resist. Let's hope it doesn't happen. But I was able to build him and with high enough damage that I can crit cap his damage on this boss. So let me show you the team. We didn't get resist, perfect. 435, as you can see for Gnut, and Marius is doing the same. So he's crit cap. We get the max damage possible out of him, and that's how we're able to farm this dungeon in 9 seconds. So really good for any of those dungeons, really. He was going to be good for Spider, Ice Golem, Dragon. Maybe not as good for Fire Knight, but mostly good in any content where you need some good damage. Then in Clan Boss, that's really where he's amazing. In Hydra, I just want to show you my Nightmare team. That's my new best score that I just did, 672 millions. And as you can see, basically half of the damage comes from Marius. I don't have him empowered. I don't have him ascended very much, but he still does some crazy damage, more than my Toshiro, which is amazing. So as you can see, extremely good in Hydra. and then in Chimera as well. I haven't done my keys yet, but I do between 120 and 160 on Ultra Nightmare difficulty. So he is basically my main damage dealer here as well. So you can literally put him everywhere. So much damage, so much utility in his kit, and he's a void champion, obviously, so no weak hit coming from him. So you have two ways of building him. I suggest doing two different builds. The first one for PvE content is going to be Merciless. I had him on a 6-piece for a long time. I was just able a few days ago to put him in 9-piece Merciless. Even if you do lose some stats, it's okay. Merciless is so good, especially for Hydra and Chimera, that it's okay to lose some stats to get the all the extra bonuses, including, of course, the 50% chance of getting an extra turn. But if you can't get 9-piece, try to get to 6 pieces, because you then get that 35 ignore defense, which is massive. So not crazy. As you can see, my stats only 5,000 defense, which is not great. Good amount of speed, 258, 100% crit rate, as much crit damage as possible. And then you do want some accuracy. Again, I had to lose a lot of my accuracy because of the 9-piece Merciless, but he does give himself a 50% accuracy boost. So usually for most of the PvE content with that buff, it's enough for him to remove the buff from the enemies, since you do need accuracy for that. So do keep that in mind. Because I've put in Merciless, I did lose a fair amount of defense. I was closer to 6,000, I believe. And I did lose a fair amount of accuracy. I was around 350 and now I'm at 180. But I do believe it's worth it to get that 9-piece Merciless. If you can't do Merciless, again, for PvE content, I do suggest Slayer set. The Slayer set would be amazing for him, especially if you get to that 9-piece, just because of the AoE attacks. And then I would suggest, I haven't done it yet, but I would suggest using a preset that gives him Stone Skin and either Lethal or Savage just for Arena. Just so you can switch, or during Siege, you can use him that way, to where you're going to be looking for the exact same stats, maybe a bit more accuracy for Arena, but basically just 4-piece Lethal, and then at least 4 pieces, let me double check, but 4 pieces Stone Skin. So let's go right here, and let's go to Stone Skin, up, here we go, at least 4 pieces, which obviously you can do with the accessories, and then 1 random piece here. So that will be the goal, 1 PvE and 1 PvP build. I haven't done my PvP yet, but that's what I used to have on him. I had him in Lethal and Stone Skin, and I was able to use him that way in PvP, and also in PvE. He was working great in PvE that way, but it is a bit better if you can use him in Merciless, specifically for Hydra and Chimera. In terms of masteries, that's what we have on him, some accuracy, and then ways to get those abilities quicker. And then we went with Health Smasher so that we can ignore some defense. We do have him books. I do have him in Cruelty for now. I only have him 2 stars, unfortunately. Of course, if I get him 6 stars, his stats are going to blow up. But right now, that's all I have. And you do need Temesia. She's a void champion that you need to use to empower him. I only have 1 of her, so right now it's not worth bringing him to +1. But if you can bring him to +2, it becomes very interesting, since you get extra accuracy, defense, and also speed as well. So in terms of relic, very important. I did made a video on the Cat's Gaze on the Titan event, and I did suggest you guys don't go for the Mad Hatter 5 stars, but do go for the Cat's Gaze, which was at 1,000 points, I believe. So that's how I got mine. Of course, if you got him another way, that's fine too. But Cat's Gaze is literally the best relic for him. We got the extra crit damage right here, but also 10% of ignore 10% of the target's defense when attacking enemies with higher max HP, which of course we will be doing every single time. So that's really the relic you want on him. And that is how you will notice that once you put that on him, you're basically gonna crit cap him on a lot of the content, like I was able to do on the Queen of Hearts event. As soon as I put that relic on him, I was able to crit cap that damage and get to that 435,000. So there we go, guys. Marius, that's the build I use currently. I do believe that's the best build for him, again, which you can swap with an arena PvP build, but I do believe he's currently the best champion in the game. Fight me on it in the comment if you want to, but I'm very confident he's the best champion in the game right now. That's it for the guide. Again, a like or comment under the video will be very helpful. If you can sub to the channel, that would be very helpful as well. If the video was helpful, only if it was helpful. And thank you guys if you specifically if you watch the video all the way to the end. That does help a lot. Again, my name is Romsey. I've been covering Red Shadow Legends for 6 years now on my French channel, and I just started this English channel. So obviously, if I can get some help from you guys, that would be amazing, just to put myself out there. I'll see you guys in the next video.